Will was single, she started like crying. Not gonna lie, the entire time I was looking for a tear, and I couldn't find a tear.
Really?
But
I'm like emotional.
I know. Come here.
No, it's okay.
Didn't know Maxwell was good.
Why is everyone moving like snakes?
It's getting messy and messy as hell. I like the fact that Tanya, Shaq, Sana, and Kai were not involved in this mess. They were minding their own business. Everybody else is scrambling because some people are trying to defend Jessie. Some people are trying to sort of own up to what they said and make sure that they clear their names. And poor Maxwell, he's in trouble for saying that she was crying with no tears. And he wasn't lying though, because the producer zoomed in when she was crying to Will, and there were no tears, not even a droplet, not even shiny eyes. But anyway, it is what it is. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, season 9, episode 44. If you're new to my channel, please leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for the 400 subs. The episode begins with Casey sort of having told Claudia that he wants to pursue things with Rosie and he wants to end things with Claudia. Claudia storms off and she goes to talk to Tom and Sammy. And for me, I don't get why everyone is walking on eggshells and why everyone is making it seem like, Casey's at fault, because this is Love Island. This is the purpose of Love Island. This is the purpose of bombshells. And Claudia was a bombshell. She was the last bombshell before Rosie and Casey came in and the Casa Girls. So what she doesn't get is really puzzling for me. The only reason why she got Casey was because Lana had turned him down and he was single. So she can't claim him that, she came in day one, he was hers, and that's it. He was still open to getting to know her. It was only a week. They hadn't been there since the start. So I don't get why she's being so upset. And Sammy saying, oh, you look so fat. Don't cry. Don't do this. I don't get why people are blaming Casey. She's older than Casey. She needs to know better. The fact that she's saying, why can she not be any guy's everything? That means there is something wrong with her that turns the guys off from her. And this is why all the guys she's dated haven't seen her as a priority, irregardless of the fact that she is a celebrity's child. Ron then sat with Will, sat with Casey, and they were sort of comforting him. And I like the fact that Ron said, you will feel like crap, but you need to prioritize yourself, because at the end of the day, you're here for yourself. And that's the truth. He's there to find love. He's not there to coddle someone and make her feel good about herself. There's no point in him pretending to like Claudia when he really doesn't feel that way about her. And I wish they would all take a step back and allow him to be in this new coupling and enjoy himself, and maybe we'll see a different side of Casey. Look at the difference we've seen in Kai since he's coupled up with Sanam, and then Sanam and Lana go and sort of help comfort Claudia, which I still don't get why she's making such a big deal about it. Yeah, she's heartbroken, but it happens. You can't force someone to love you at the same pace as you love them. Casey takes Rosie to the terrace to have a chat and sort of tell her that he's finally told Claudia, but out of respect for Claudia, although he feels like he wants to cuddle and hug Rosie, he's going to sort of refrain for just the day, and then they'll pick up the next day. And Claudia's downstairs busy crying with Sammy, and it's like, why? Why are you crying? Why? You've cried for the past 4 or 5 episodes. How many more days are you going to cry? Are you trying to make Casey such a villain that you're using your tears to sort of villainize him or something? It's enough. It's enough. It's not that deep. They were not committed. They hadn't told each other they loved each other. They weren't exclusive. So she needs to keep it moving. I love Casey. Casey's gone up a peg for me. So while Casey was on the terrace with Rosie, Will had spoken to Jessie and sort of explained that Casey was a bit upset with the guys because they're his closest mates, and he felt that they sided with Claudia when he would have preferred that they side with him. And so he felt some type of way about it, but they'd managed to apologize and squash it. And then Jessie took it upon herself to pull Casey aside and sort of have a go at him, in my opinion, that the boys didn't need to apologize to you. They were just supporting Claudia. And he was like, well, all you girls were supporting Claudia. The least I expected from my guys was to support me. But anyway, we've discussed this with the boys and we've moved on. So I don't understand why you're bringing it up. Well, I just wanted to tell you my opinion. I hear your opinion. I respect your opinion, but we've sorted it out. That's it. Well, Will feels like crap, so that because of the way you felt hurt and stuff. I heard you, but I don't need your opinion. You need to keep it moving. I think Jess is after attention. She's cried. She's trying to play victim. She's run out of cards to play. So now she's trying to play the supportive friend. Jess is playing a game. I've said this from the start that I have the strongest opinion, given the interviews that all the other islanders have done once they've left the villa. She is playing the game, and this is evident because she's trying to stay relevant, and the only way she can stay relevant is get involved in this Claudia and Casey mess because her opinion wasn't needed. The guys had ironed it out. If she had anything to say, she should have said to her girls, she should have left Casey alone. Villa is becoming too toxic for my liking. It's already been toxic and it's even getting worse. So Tom goes to speak to Casey because they're very close mates. They've come very close in the villa. And Casey's just confiding in him that just imagine Jessie pulled me aside to have a go at me that why did I call you and Will and sort of have a chat with you about why you were supporting Claudia, and I don't think it was a place to say. And Casey even agreed that it wasn't a place to say. So he then shouted at Will that Jessie's just pulled me to say why did I speak to you and Tom about the incident during the game. And Will, you can see, is upset, so he immediately pulls Jessie up to the terrace to have a conversation with her. Claudia is strutting around the villa, walking all over the place. I don't get why. She needs to stop playing victim. And for Jessie to say, oh, I was just, just trying to look out for you and stuff. Who cares? You've been on Love Island. Don't behave like this is your first time. Don't do stupid things just for attention. She's doing this just because she's looking for a reason to cry and play victim. She's run out of tears because Casa Amor has been a week or so and nobody cares anymore about what Will did in Casa Amor. So she's looking for a way of getting herself involved in drama. That way she can start crying and play the victim, or she can be the supportive girlfriend. This is what I get. And Will is complaining that now you're putting me in an awkward position because Casey and I have moved on and you're dragging us back into this mess. Oh, Kai and Sanam, I love them. I love how peaceful they are. They were sitting and chatting and just, talking about the Snog Mary Pie game and which they felt was more sort of they would have ideal for them to get. And because Kai said he didn't want to kiss any of the girls, this is why he kissed Sanam. Sanam said she thought Mary was better because, that's the one she would have preferred. And Kai was like, well, if you play your cards right, you might actually get a proposal. Let's see how it. And they're so sweet. I really like them. I really like their connection. I like how they're drama free and how they just keep to themselves, and how Kai is always smiling every time he talks about Sanam. To me, this is his strongest connection since he's gone into the villa, and I'm happy that he actually gave Sanam a chance because it's allowed us to see a different side of him. And then Will gets a text message to say the hideaway is open, and they called on Tom and Sammy. Yeah, I do get that. Maybe Kai doesn't want to go into the villa, but it's surprisingly that Maxwell is the one who shouted, Tom and Sammy. Part of me thinks that the reason why Maxwell called out Sammy and Tom to go into the hideaway is because his connection with Olivia is not really that strong one, and maybe it's not as romantic as they are making it out to be, and so he didn't want to leave any room for anyone to shout out their names. Tom gets ready, Sammy gets ready, and they go to the hideaway. And I love Shaq said, "Tom, don't let me down." And it's like, oh my god, I still don't know why everybody escorts the people to the hideaway doors. That is a bit strange for me, but hey, it is what it is. Tom and Sammy go to the hideaway. Tom is excited. I've said this, his purpose in the villa is to enjoy himself, and he's enjoying himself to the max. Jess is still going on about the Casey scenario just because Claudia still keeps staring whenever she sees Casey. I don't know why she's making it seem like he stole her dog, or he told her he loved her and then he suddenly cheated on her. No, he didn't. He told her if a bombshell comes, you need to be open to getting to know them. And for Olivia to say, oh, when someone is wrong, they're very defensive, is like, why? Your opinion is not needed, madam. You've already been in enough trouble. You've already said a lot of horrible things. You need to keep quiet. And Jessie, your 2 pence is not needed as well. Please keep your opinion to yourself. Claudia is looking for sympathy anywhere she can. Casey tries to be a good guy and sort of tell her that even though, I've decided not to pursue things with you. I'm here for you. And she's going to moan to Olivia, oh, I don't need him to be here for me. And it's like, I've got everybody else. That's because you've played victim card and everybody else has ended up turning against Casey so that they can comfort you and cuddle you for no apparent reason. And Jessie in bed is busy whispering to Will. I don't know why she's making a big deal about this. She's looking for a reason to cry. That's all I get. She's looking for a reason to cry. And I'm happy that Casey's not putting up with the crap. And he actually told her, you need to keep quiet, get a life, move on. She needs to focus on her connection with Will. This is why I'm saying she's trying to be relevant. She's trying to make her name, to put her name out there. And those people saying that, oh, she's not playing it, she is definitely playing a game. Yes, everybody in the villa is playing a game, but she has experience from her previous Love Island show. So this is what she's using to make herself very relevant in the UK version. In debrief, obviously, Casey, everybody knows that he broke things off with Claudia and is now fully paying attention to Rosie. And so he does mention his conversation with Jessie. And Maxwell has been quiet all along to suddenly drop a bombshell because he says, he does like Jessie, but he doesn't trust her. He thinks that she's playing a game. And on the balcony, I don't know whether they spend too much time with Olivia because on the balcony, Olivia is just saying the same thing, and Lana is also saying the same thing. Rose is sort of neutral in the sense that she just says she hopes for Will's sake that she is genuine. And Lana says she has noticed a couple of things, which I've been saying this all along, that I have a feeling that Jess is playing a game. The islanders that have left the villa have said they feel she's playing a game because she came in, she targeted Will and stayed with Will irregardless. And after Casa Moore, I think in one of their interviews, I don't know who it was, whether it was Tanil or someone said, if Jessie stayed with Will, then they would know she was playing a game because she had said she would never put up with any guy cheating on her or doing anything wrong. Then Maxwell goes to Olivia and they start igniting the fire of Jesse's playing a game, Jesse's playing a game, Jesse's playing a game. Jessie, I think, has realized her mistake and she doesn't know how to backtrack because she's realized she screwed up. She thought she was going to come out looking all, girl power and defending her man. And it seems this whole mess has exploded on her. Will goes to exercise with Casey and Shaq, and they seem happy in their little bubble. Doesn't like the mess and he doesn't want to be involved in the mess. He has said this to Jessie that he doesn't like all this tattletaling and things are getting out of hand because he feels she betrayed him by going to Casey and repeating what he had told her in confidence. Though Tom and Sammy leave the hideaway, they are ecstatic. They let everyone know that they're exclusive. Obviously, the guys want to know that did they go all the way? We didn't hear Tom say anything, but from the video, they did go all the way. Um, the girls are ecstatic as well for Sammy when she lets them know that she and Tom are now exclusive. I'm surprised. I don't know whether it's because Olivia didn't want any problems for her. She sort of tried to stay away from Sammy. She hasn't confronted Sammy about this Tom situation as much as she did with Zara, so I don't get why. Tom then has a chat with Casey, and Casey just lets him know that, last night Jessie was talking about him in bed again. He doesn't know why. She pulled him for a chat, and now she's talking about him in bed, and they sleep like a meter apart. So he doesn't understand why she felt the need to do that. Um, Everyone gets ready for the night, and then mayhem starts. Claudia for a chat. She seems happy with that. They decide to call a truce, and Claudia is happy to move on and just stay in the background and leave Casey to do his thing, although she still wants to play the victim card. Casey is happy that she's managed to sort of accept that this is how things are going to be. They give each other a hug and they move on. And then drama starts. Rosie for a chat on the terrace. I am curious as to why Keenan did this. Whether it was his plan to help Claudia win Casey back, or whether it's because he actually was developing genuine feelings for Rosie. Because I think Rosie saw him more as a friend or a brother in the villa because they came in together. He's been the one person that's been by her side while she's been dealing with the girls and everything else that's been going on. So he decides to tell Rosie that he's got a connection with her. And she goes, oh, the minute she went, oh, he should have known to keep quiet because That's it. And then he has the nerve to tell her that you need to please don't tell anyone. And she said, no, I have to tell Casey because I'm in a coupling with Casey and he's been honest with me and I don't want him to feel like I'm withholding anything. And this is where drama is going to erupt because I don't think Casey is going to take too kindly to this, and I don't know how the other guys are going to feel about this because they both came in as bombshells. He didn't pay her any attention. He went after Claudia, and then suddenly he's decided, oh, maybe Rose is a better option for me. This is not going to end well for him. I really feel sorry for him. So Maxwell and Casey have a chat, and during their chat, Maxwell is like, during the Catherine coupling, and Jessie found out that Will was single. And she started crying. I was busy looking for a tear, and it makes me want to go back episodes back and actually look to see if there were actually any tears. And the producers are shady because when Jessie was sitting there with Will and she was starting to cry, they focused on her face and there was no tear inside. So she's just making crying noises, but not actually crying. There are moments where she's managing to find the tears, but other moments she doesn't have tears, but she's just making crying noises. And I think this is where the drama began. As a result of what Maxwell said, Casey then said, I have noticed a few things, and I don't understand why Jessie feels the need to sort of involve herself in everybody else's drama. I feel like she's playing a game, and I don't feel she's genuine in whatever she's doing. With Maxwell, Casey goes and has a conversation with Claudia, Sammy, and Tom, and lets them know what Maxwell has said. And people are sort of starting to question. This is where it started, where the rumbling started, because everybody started to question: is Jessie being genuine or is she just playing a game? Max said, when after Casa Amor, when Jessie was crying, he didn't see any tears. Jessie in the background is busy sitting with Will. They're having a conversation, and she starts crying because she felt like she was defending Will, but things have exploded in her face. And then she starts to cry, but no tears come out. And okay. What can you say to that? So then Casey walks across and asks to have a conversation with both Will and with Jesse, but if Will wants to stay, he can stay. He was happy to have the conversation either way. And so for me, I thought they called a truce and I thought things were over, but it seems like this is where things just went left because Olivia then joined Claudia, Sammy, and Tom and started talking, that this is what Casey says Maxwell had said. And Olivia then chimed in and said, well, have seen the same thing. I don't think she's genuine. I think she's playing a game. Ron came, he put in his 2 pence, and by the time it got to Will, Will was fuming. I think everyone is starting to see through Jess's games. I think people are starting to see that she's playing games. And Will, because he's so madly in love with Jessie, I don't think he'll see that she is actually playing him until it's too late. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But I definitely believe Jessie's playing a game. And sadly, she got too comfortable and forgot that she was playing this naive, very, meek character. And the mask fell off and everybody's seeing her for who she is, and it's only a matter of time. Obviously, she's going to bring the waterworks. Now she's been told that they've looked and they couldn't see any tears. She's going to be looking for those tears to come out, and everything is going to go south. And I can see Will setting the villa on fire. But anyway, I don't get the big deal. I was saying this before that I wish Jessie would mind her business and remember that this is her second time round in Love Island, and she is there. She's managed to find a connection. She needs to ride that connection to the end and hopefully win because Will is a light character. But she got too comfortable and decided to involve herself in unnecessary drama, and this is why things are exploding. But anyway, it is what it is. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.